Hello, welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we are gonna be continuing the Let's Play for Reverse 1999. So then, last time we finished off the main portion of the story for Cosmic Overture, so now it's time to dive into the two character stories, beginning today with the one for Hissabeth. But of course, considering I'm a tiny bit too late, tiny bit, to experience the story here from the menu, like always, we're gonna be using a YouTube video from the usual source. Links will be provided to all of that in the description and the pinned comment down below by myself. But yeah, we're gonna use a YouTube video to catch up with Hissabeth's story and see what that is about. And I'm excited to see what it is about, actually, because from the image that I used in the menu here when the story was still around, I presume the story is gonna be about her childhood and I guess her growing up to become the scientist that she is today. That will be interesting. Maybe it's gonna tell us as well a bit more about her species and about the little snakes that are her siblings, essentially. Regardless, I'm excited to see what it's gonna be about, and I'm excited to see what Kiperina's story is gonna be about. But that one will be for next time. But yeah, last time we wrapped up the story for Cosmic Overture, and that ending was surprisingly emotional to me. I think I made it abundantly clear in the ending how that kind of out of nowhere got me emotionally. But speaking of the ending and everything, there was a comment that pretty much well put it. Wasn't the only comment that put it very well for the ending, but the one comment that I saw that put it very well for the ending came from GardyBro761, who said, "My favorite part about the ending is that when Voyager says how beautiful the stars are, she is looking at people. Turn on the lights as night falls. Our lights are the stars for her, we are the stars to her, and I think that's beautiful." Yeah, that also came completely out of nowhere. That whole ending was so good, honestly. with her song, her journey to Earth, and how she is looking, God, voice crack, what the hell? How she is looking down on Earth and seeing the lights as stars. I don't think I mentioned myself as well that I also realized that obviously she's speaking about that. I was just like silent there, experiencing the moment for the most time during those scenes. I didn't want to interrupt. But yeah, a very beautiful analogy. I mean, for me personally, the whole emotional journey about the ending started with the depiction of the pale blue dot, or rather the mention of the pale blue dot, because I do remember back then, and I mentioned it a couple of times as well through this Let's Play, when we got to Cosmic Overture and Voyager stuff, that when I watched the Voyager documentaries that I was watching, essentially, I do remember pretty much every single one of them will depict the pale blue dot story, but I do remember the one that I was watching, or rather maybe two of them that I was watching, when they got to the pale blue dot part. The first time I saw it, definitely triggered some kind of emotional response in me upon seeing like that. It's literally from that distance, and of course that camera quality, but from that distance, Earth is literally nothing but a pixel. It's nothing but a pixel in the middle of darkness. That's it. That's it, and that's where we are. That little speck of blue is Earth. And yeah, I'm actually surprised that they also didn't use the pale blue dot or either original picture. I used it. I used it in the episode, but I'm actually surprised that they didn't use it either as a maybe artistic version from the Reverse team, or maybe just the original picture for that specific scene. I mean, they already used like official NASA footage from the Voyager launches. I'm actually then surprised that they didn't also include the pale blue dot picture in some shape or way. But regardless, it's a very emotional picture when you look at it, and like you said, Gardibro as well, and other people as well, the whole depiction of Voyager looking down upon Earth and seeing the lights of the cities turn on and everything, those being her stars, is very emotional, considering as well that she is from a species of space living and faring creatures that just can go anywhere and see whatever sights they want. But this one planet, this one this one little existence in the middle of this solar system and the middle of the galaxy, and that's the stars to her. That is so like emotional, wholesome. It's kind of hard to put into words, quite honestly. But yeah, Gardebro, thank you very much for that beautiful comment. And yeah, I saw other people also point out the whole thing about the city lights being her stars and everything. And a couple of other very interesting things that I saw you guys point out. One being the title of the stage for number 17, the Measure of a Melusine. Kind of sounded familiar to me, but I don't think because of what the comment was pointing out. Apparently, it being a reference to a Star Trek episode by the name of A Measure of a Man. I don't even remember if I've ever seen that episode. Probably did. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Oh, it's from the Next Generation. Okay, I definitely remember this episode now. Basic blurb about the episode. Picard must prove Data is legally a sentient being with rights and freedoms under Federation law when transfer orders demand Data's reassignment for study and disassembly. Right. I remember that episode, actually. I remember that episode. That was a very good episode, actually. That was a very good episode, actually, yeah. Very interesting. Probably a reference to that. Alright, very cool. Right then, a couple of other things that I saw. Apparently I'm not the only one thinking about the whole pointer thing, that she is probably an android that was created by someone and probably also then became this lifelike at some point or whatever. But interesting. Also, yes, I am absolutely down for the copium of Pointer becoming playable at some point. Pardon. But yeah, I'm absolutely down for that. Hopefully one day. And apparently, from what one of you said as well, there might be a bit more clues about Pointer in X's Anecdote, but obviously no spoilers regarding that, so just pointing me in the right direction. Okay. X's Anecdote will come at some point. I am interested to see about that boyo for a while now, but it will come. It will come at some point. Another interesting thing about the previous part is that I saw brought up. Now, is that the case or not? I don't know. It was presented as a theory as well, but it would be a very, very funny coincidence if that's the case. And that is about the whole thing that was shown towards the end of the story as well, with Nameday and Hissabeth in their childhoods having like a guiding star point away for them, essentially. And it would be funny if it was Voyager. It would be funny. Now, time frame, it would not be. Maybe it would fit in. Maybe it wouldn't fit in. I don't know. Maybe it would fit in if you think about it, like from the perspective of that happened when Voyager was just passing by Earth and didn't notice the life down here, but then later finds the first space probe and, you know, collects the disc and then comes back later to Earth when she reforms her existence essentially into looking more like a human and then lands. But still, it would be a very funny coincidence if that star that comet that was guiding them, or star or falling star, whatever it was, that it was actually Voyager that was either passing by or something. Because the story of Cosmic Overture did definitely point out that at the beginning with those news blurbs about the Voyager probe, that around the beginning of the story of this was also the time when they noticed that the discs probably disappeared from the probes. So yeah, I don't know. It would be very funny if it was actually Voyager that they saw in the night sky when they both were kids. That would be very funny and very, very wholesome. Oh, and one final thing before we get to our thing for today is about that question I had last time about the Assassin's Creed collab that is upcoming next week. Which, again, we will be starting that the moment it goes live, or maybe a day after it goes live on the channel as a Let's Play. I'm excited for it. Of course, and yeah, thank you for answering the question I had about how they're handling the if they talked about how they're handling the stories, and if it is the case that what's called that the two stories, so one for AC2 and one for Odyssey, are gonna be separate stories, like two separate stories, and yeah, that seems to be the case, and apparently there is an overarching plot connecting them. Okay, cool. I'm regardlessly excited to see how they're gonna deal with the collab stories. Hopefully the writing is gonna be peak exciting cinema. I have, considering the story so far that I've experienced with this game, I have no doubt that they can write something very interesting. I mean, again, coming back to Arcanists and them collabing with Rainbow Six and actually making absolutely great stories for both the collabs. And Reavers also having a great writers. I have no qualms in my head that they could create something good. But we'll see. We'll see next week. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see what it's gonna be like. But yeah. Anyway, Gap Month, huh? Okay, I forgot that is the name for Hissabeth's story. Okay, let's see what this is gonna be about. And yeah, once again, this is gonna be used from a YouTube video, and as always, pretty much gonna be using the one from the Reavers 1999 Timekeeper channel. Link will be provided in the description of the video. The link will be for the entire playlist. Just a note here, I'm using the entire playlist that I have for for Cosmic Overture, so I'm not navigating through it because it's easier gonna be to follow along with the story. Actually, let me do this way so I can see the entire thing. There we go. Alright, so this will be interesting. Let's see. Gap Month. A way of life that we strive to hold, of me, of us, and of our dreams so bold. Yesterday's labor, tomorrow's gold. Okay. Very interesting layout. Immediately a computer layout that makes sense for her. An unexpected visitor. Okay, and that's the first one. Oh yeah, also very funny. This didn't start with like a cutscene, or rather like a prologue cutscene. Some of them do start with that. Lobby Laplace.
It does seem that.
Oh, you're here. Perfect. I have something to tell you. My transfer request finally went through. Her formal announcement doesn't receive the reaction she expects, but Hissabeth's excitement is enough for her to overlook the confusion in her colleague's eyes. This is the best news I've heard all week. I thought they wouldn't get back to me for months. Good thing I didn't wait that long to start clearing up my work. Oh yeah, this is also a good question. I wonder when this is taking place. Is this section like right after the events of Cosmic Overture? And then it's gonna flash back later? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh god.
So?
Oh, that's a unique model. Prisma Green. Who are you? Okay. Also flashback. So you mean you're leaving our project?
About that.
Relax, I'll handle everything. It won't have any effects on the research. None. As the storm clouds gather over her colleague's face, the perceptive Melusine stammers out a compromise.
You know what?
I can finish all my work in 3 days, don't worry. I can even rebook the ticket a few days sooner. That way... Do things... What is that shy expression? Who is this person? Who is this person acting all kawaii? And do things really have to end like this? Prisma Green is known for her dramatic reactions. Still, the tremble in her voice catches Hissabeth off guard. 3 days is tight already. I still need time to wrap up the buffer material around my biosphere. Oh god, no, this is the part. Oh god, this is the part I was dreading. She's gonna be saying French words. Oh no, I do not know how to pronounce that. Ça va, I guess? Ça va, your call. What's our time frame? Oh. Did something happen between us that made you want to leave? You could have just told me. Okay. What is this? What is this Yuri breakup right now? Or is she believing this is a breakup?
What would that look?
I thought we were getting along swimmingly. We were so cold first. Where did I pull out the so? We were co-first authors on that paper last month. As far as Laplace is concerned, shared authorship is thicker than blood. Ne sais pas? Okay. Excuse my non-existent French, by the way. I am absolutely guessing. I just don't understand, darling. Darling, damn. If nothing's wrong, I mean, if there isn't any bad blood, why would you just up and leave us? Because I found a project I'm even more excited about. I've got to say, the direction is amazing. That's why I want to tell you right away. Sylvie, darling, you... My words fail me. How am I... Wow, she's really dramatic. How am I supposed to pour out all of this sorrow you've poured into my heart? What a shit. What a shit is Prisma Green? Is she Phantom from Arcanists? Aren't you happy for me? The sincerity of confusion in those slit pupils throw Prisma Green into a brief moment of self-doubt amidst her pantomimed sorrow. Maybe she really did just want to share her good news? Uh-huh. Yeah? This is a character. Oh. New office, Plesetsk. Okay, back to...
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I can see why you're so upset. It sounds like it really came out of the blue. Oh, she is here. Okay. Never mind. Who is this? I need more info on this character. This is new. Upset? It felt like someone yanked open my coat on a freezing night and started shoveling snow down my neck. Alright. Expecting Hissabeth to act with another's feelings in mind is a lost cause. If you want to keep her around longer, just give her extra tasks. That's more her style anyway. Still, when a co-worker you got along with suddenly tells you she's leaving after already filling the paperwork.
Oh dear!
Oh dear, this was just so cold. I couldn't help but be shocked. It hurt. Kiperina can't help but nod, preemptively heartbroken at the thought of being abandoned like that herself. Oh, it's Hissabeth. It's well within the parameters of her behavior. She'd slap on a dive helmet and leap into the Mariana Trench if a new project caught her interest down there. She would. In a way, she did try to consider your feelings. She just used the wrong formula to figure them out. Does that make you feel any better? Sure.
Dear.
Dear, thank you. That's heartwarming. But I know she'd never make that kind of mistake with her actual work. Also, this character is just perma-blushed in her face. I thought I heard my name. Guess we chose the right time to get up. That batch of reports from last night nearly did me in. It's not easy to run into an unfamiliar face in Plesetsk, especially not one that feels halfway familiar. Halfway? Did you come with the latest delivery from Laplace? Oh, my darling Sylvie. My god, these stars in her eyes. Whoa. My icy little Cornicon? Cornicon, how long has it been? The sudden warm hug earns a confused look from the sleep-deprived researcher. Damn. Sylvie? Yeah, it's been a while. Still, I see, Also, okay, Sylvie, is that her actual name then? Time has rusted over memory as she tries to spit out the name. It's familiar, right on the tip of her tongue. Oh no, please remember the name. Please. Oh no, it can't be. Can it? You've forgotten me. That's just cruel. Forgot? No. No, we worked together just before I transferred to Plesetsk. Your name is...
Okay.
Okay, you know, I just woke up. Sometimes it takes a second. Any second. Oh god. Luckily, one of her less forgetful siblings jumps in. Thank you. Camille! We never forget our most beloved, erudite, and passionate friend. Oh god. Camille. Did you ever get around to finishing the invisible river between experiments? I'm dying to talk about it with you. Uh-huh. The little snake peeks out from Hissabeth's hair and gently curls around the visitor's wrist. Oh, why thank you, Estelle. I feel so much better now. What would I do without you? Camille? Oh, yes, yeah, definitely, of course, Camille. You know what? As someone who is currently listening to a jet plane in the background, but also as someone who is very forgetful with names and cannot keep them whatsoever, I can feel this character. What is with the jet plane right now? Okay, finally passed. Holy hell, that went on for 2 minutes. I think the guy was waiting on a on a landing clear or something. Holy shit! I forgot what time of the day it is as well. They usually do their like training rounds at this time of day. Anyway, when you live close to both an airport and a military base, Jesus. Where were we? Right. It's so good to see you again. I don't even know what there is left to say to you, my cold little Cornicon. I thought we were friends, more than friends, colleagues, more than friends, Yuri. Was it not I that was here for you when you first arrived at La Place HQ? I that helped you during your first project. I came all the way to the Arctic just to see you. And you can't even remember my name. Damn. Damn. Hissabeth, please. Remember her. She seems to be your first girlfriend. Alright, guess we move on to the next one. A close friend. Hissabeth couldn't have truly forgotten her colleague, not her face certainly. Back when she had first joined the LCC, oh, this story's gonna be about those two meeting, oh god, that's gonna be hilarious. It was Camille who first helped her sign the contract. Uh-huh. Here's your contract. Standard clause, but I recommend giving it a proper read. Researcher Hissabeth, you're a Melusine? That's quite rare.
About that.
My parents say I'm Melusine-blooded, though honestly, it seems to me we are something closer to a Medusa. Ultimately, honestly, that was my first impression of her, that she's a Medusa. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, ultimately, I decided to just go along with it. They had already filled out the forms before any of us could write. Actually, that is also very interesting. What is her actual origin? Are her parents just normal parents? How did they adopt her? Where is she from? I think Melusine sounds much sweeter than a Medusa. There's a legend that Melusines turn into serpents every Saturday. Do you do that? What was that sound? That was not Hissabeth, but apparently it is Hissabeth. You've actually heard the legend before. Do you have a favorite version?
Of course.
Of course, my dear. There are indeed so many versions, but my preference is for the one that centers on the water nymph Persina. Okay. As I recall, she agreed to marry a human king under one condition. He must never watch her give birth. Wait, what? Well, let me retake that. What? He must never watch her give birth? Okay. However, as men so often do, the king broke his vow and Persina, ever true to her word, vanished without a trace, leaving behind their 3 daughters, one of whom was the very first Melusine. Their mother, as a final act of cruelty and vengeance, cursed their children to transform into serpents each Saturday. Later on, Melusine herself fell in love with another human man. She offered him riches and power, but like her mother, she too had a condition. Every Saturday, he was to draw her a bath and then leave her alone from sunrise to sunset. I think I heard that tale. This guy didn't live up to his vow either, did he? These stories can be so predictable. God, I already forgot how to pronounce that. N'est-ce pas? You're so very right. These tales always seem to follow the same script.
I think that...
I think that the intention is a kind of a moral lesson. A warning against the nature of human curiosity, always stubbornly breaching boundaries and prying into forbidden secrets, and the supernatural punishment that follows. By the way, I'm happy to see, and I'm happy always to get reminded of, I always think that when I'm recording stuff, that maybe the recording is screwing a bit with the game, and it kind of like hitches on a frame every so often. But I'm kind of happy to see when I see other people's videos about this that it's kind of like a game engine thing, I guess, that makes the hitch happen. I wonder what's causing it actually. Dull and dated, I admit. Thematically on brand for this era. For its era. Hey, that interpretation seems a little anthropocentric, don't you think? Who said that? The interruption of the second voice paints her face with a strange and sudden confusion, made even more vivid with when a third chimes in.
So,
do I sign here? Incredible. Do these little snakes have independent consciousness? I mean, they're independent characters. I'm glad my siblings didn't startle you. So, I'll just sign here then. Oh, yes, here on page 7, and the last page as well. Page 7, got it. Give me a sec. What a fascinating species. Anyway, allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Prisma Green. I'll be a project lead, though I prefer you to think of us as colleagues. It's so rare to find someone with real cultural literacy here. At Laplace, it's something far rarer than mere scientific brilliance. I'm glad you think so, but I'm not really the mythological fan in my family. You're looking for my sister. The mentioned snake pokes her head out from Hissabeth's sleeve. That would be me, Estelle. Pleased to meet you. I was just reading the contract and overheard your conversation. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Estelle, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. The project lead blinks, shifting her eyes down to scan her new colleague's personal files again, attempting to make some sense of things. So in total you're, 9. There's 8 of us and 1 of her. But don't be fooled. I'm number 1 around here. She's only number 2.
Don't call me by my number.
She's always so pissed by the number thing. Oh my god, 37 would have a field day with this character. Oh god, she would call... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, she would not call them by their, like, birth number, like sibling numbers. She would give them all numbers, of course, but that would be hysterical. We know. We promise to respect our little Cornicon. The discordant snake entourage begins to overwhelm Prismagreen, but they're quite quick to adjust. Why don't we get back to the subject at hand? As I was just saying, it's a human-centric perspective. Why does no one ever try seeing things from Melusine's point of view? Probably because Melusines don't write many academic papers. Hissabeth is forced to defend herself, or at least her legacy.
In fact,
I've written plenty of papers on behalf of my kind, thank you very much, and they've been published no less. We know that, but just because you're a genius when it comes to aerospace material doesn't mean you know jack about literary theory. Don't be so negative. Thank you. Maybe one day I'll write a story all about aerospace engineering. Then we'll see who's laughing. I mean, one day, yes. We've seen that. Okay, back to present times. You've always been my favorite, my dear little Estelle. Much nicer than some of your siblings. Damn, throwing shade. Fine, it seems I must reintroduce myself. Perhaps this will ring a bell. Researcher Hissabeth, back when you joined the Laplace HQ, you were part of the fireproofing serpentine ceramic insulation project. Jesus Christ, that is a mouthful. Fireproofing serpentine ceramic insulation project. I need to take a breath after that. The project details, like a sponge soaked in cleaner, wipe away the blur that had clouded her memory. Really, that's gonna trigger her memory, of course.
oh, I've got it.
Good for you. Prismagreen. Oh, I'm sorry. How could I forget you? I do believe I've never met anyone whose arcane skills were more perfectly suited to testing materials than yours. You have no idea how much I've missed you since I got here. I still talk about you with Pointer all the time. Do you? How has that experiment progressed since? I haven't seen any new papers. I was actually thinking of writing to ask. Her sudden burst of friendly, effortless questions fills the room with an odd warmth, leaving her colleagues puzzling at her. Oh, my little Cornicon, I'd be happier if you remembered me for more than just my arcane skills. Oh, the pouty face. In fact, that is the highest compliment I can give. Damn! Their conversation once again veers entirely off track. Thankfully, someone else chimes in. Miss Prismagreen, I'm sure you've come all this way to the Placid branch for an important reason, right? Oh, absolutely. Something very important indeed.
Look at this.
Look at this, darling. Have you given any thought to switching projects again? She came to poach her. Okay, and that's where it ends. Alright, next one. Resort. What kind of resort? Hot Spring Resort? Is this the Hot Spring episode? Prismagreen delivers her invitation with the exact type of direct and forward sensibility she knows appeals to her colleague, yet somehow Hissabeth manages to slip around it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? A new project? What happened to your old one? Is that why you haven't published? Don't tell me it fell apart after I left. It was in great shape back then. Of course not. The project is thriving. We found a completely new direction, super low temperature materials. I do believe our future in that field is as bright as diamond beaches of Reykjavik. Ah, okay, that's an interesting thing. Is that a thing? Oh, it is a thing. Oh, it's essentially a beach. Hold on, blah 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 blah. Icebergs. Yeah. It's a beach essentially where like glacier fragments get washed up on. Ooh, that looks pretty. Oh, that looks very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna flash a couple of these these pictures on the screen. That looks very pretty. Oh, I wanna go there. Oh, I wanna go there so bad. Oh, I love ice. Oh, I love low temperatures in general. Anyway. I've applied for everything I'd need. Staff, funding, labs, equipment, test samples, even vacation time and bonuses. In fact, our funding is very tight, so I do wish we had that here. I even had to spring for the runium for our teleport disk myself. Thanks for reminding me. You told me to deduct that from your own budget. Outrageous! How could Laplace leave such talent to languish without proper funding? If you got promoted and be my leader, I believe my supply application will be approved without a hitch. I'm not sure that's in my career plan, darling, but I'll try to keep it all in mind. As for why I'm here, isn't it obvious? To take a vacation! Jeez, you're on vacation. I've been told by those lovely and always considered little busybodies in HR that I've gone 3 years without a vacation. Damn! I know workaholics are a thing, but damn, when you... 3 years? God, if they don't reset your vacation time at the end of each year, you stacked up some months. Holy. So I won't be allowed to return to my project until I use up my leave. Yup. Luckily, just as I was flipping through travel guides, the whole of Laplace began buzzing about you. I really couldn't have asked for better timing. Clearly, darling, this is the work of fate. Why that? A stunning and gorgeous adventure across the far north along with a chance to see a friend and former colleague.
Okay.
Okay, so you're here for a vacation and seeing me is just a side trip. Oh, you mustn't think that, darling. I'm no better than you were when it comes to obsessing over work. If I didn't have so much work to do, I'd be happy to show you around. I would be more than thrilled to escort Camille on her sightseeing tour. That would be funny. Where? There aren't any sights worth seeing that wouldn't keep you away from us too long. It wouldn't be safe.
Dear.
Dear, it looks like we're star-crossed for now. I almost automatically read star-crossed lovers. I don't think I would be far off with that assumption, but I almost read it as star-crossed lovers automatically. But I do thank you for the thought. Before I head out, Sylvie, tell me, would you accept my invitation? I'd be so thrilled for you to join us. Hissabeth flings her hand out to a nearby bowl of gingerbread, cramming them in her mouth as if to put space between the question and her answer. Unfortunately, her siblings have mouths and minds of their own.
Great.
Great, a chance to work together again. I wouldn't dream of passing that up, Camille. It's been so long since I've had someone to talk literature with. There's no appreciation for poetry up here. No one to chat about Eliot and Pound. Sometimes I think I'd just be better off better off what? Better off brewmating. Brewmating. Pointer eyes the complaining snake, musing over what emotion she ought to feel. Is it really so bad here, Hissabeth? I could recite more poems to you, if you like. No, please, no. I prefer more efficient modes of communication. Wow. It doesn't matter much to me either way, only. Did you say you've gotten full funding? Naturally, darling. We're a top-tier team in the internal priority rankings. Very interesting. Also, I was already looking at it, but that brooch or whatever that thing is about her name tag or identification card is very interesting designed. Kind of reminds me of some Campania nonsense on her. Even her colors kind of remind me of Campania, that type of green essentially. Doesn't help that she also has glasses. That kind of packing is dangerously tempting. N'est-ce pas, little Conicon? But Hissabeth has preemptively deployed another bite of gingerbread, offering only a strained and unclear response. I love that she's using food to dodge questions. Just mouthful, I cannot answer right now. Dear, please, oh please. Won't you consider, Sylvie? You've already accomplished the impossible here, and all of Laplace is singing your praises. Your dream has come true. Now with me you could begin a brand new chapter, a new dream for us both. I can't think of a single reason for you to turn me down, darling. Okay, I hear you out. I assume you've brought the project proposal. Now? The sooner the better. I can give you an hour. If we move quickly, we could start discussing your new project in half that time. There's really no need to rush things, darling. We'll have plenty of time to get you up to speed on the project while I'm enjoying the sights here.
In fact,
Camilla, I didn't say that I accept, only that I'd consider it. So why not tell me now? Prisma Green gives a discontent huff as she dumps her travel bag onto the table, somewhere between mounds of fleece, scarves and earmuffs. Fleece scarves and earmuffs. She finds her proposal. Well, very. What was that? Very well, darling. Read through this first, then come find me. But don't forget, I'm here on a wonderful whirlwind vacation. Now, would any of you dears be so good as to tell me where I might see the aurora? Or, what was it, the ice plains? She really is just a vacation. Laplace branch hallway. Hissabeth takes the document and leaves her colleagues, new and old, behind as they chat about directions and forecasts.
you know what, too?
Okay. Yeah, what's up? I've got a feeling you weren't really craving 3 handfuls of gingerbread. Come on, just accept the invitation, Sylvie. I don't see why you're hesitating.
Huh.
You don't? Camille thinks we've already reached our dreams, but we're only answered one question. All our work so far has barely even brushed the edge of the cosmos. Always on cue, Monique.
About that.
Actually, are all her siblings, are all these snakes female? Now that I think about it, I never questioned that, actually. I thought we all agreed that this is our shared dream. Yes, we did, but still, shouldn't we take some time to pause and reflect? Five's right. Reflection, course correction, that's the best kind of relaxation after wrapping a project.
Okay.
You implied that a course correction is necessary. Oh, time for a minigame? Right, okay. Rebuttaling this round. Okay, a persuasion technique. Match 4? That's kind of funny. Alright, it's time for an emergency meeting. Let's go find Camille. We've got no reason to say no, so why keep slithering in circles about it? Slithering. Funny serpents. One of us has to give, Estelle. Either you'll convince me or I'll convince you. So be it. Once more, we enter the ring of open debate. Okay, you're all holding your ground, but in the end, agreement is inevitable. Chip away at their confidence and bring them to your side. What is this persuasion technique? Playing Honey Pop? Persuasion is a many-faced beast. Swap and match the thought modules to formulate... Yeah, okay. I know how match 3 works. This is such a funny minigame. What the hell? Now I'm wondering... Ooh. Now I'm wondering when... Actually, I don't know if there's gonna be the character, like personal character stories for Ezio and Cassandra, but if there will, I wonder if they're gonna pair them up with some ridiculous minigames. There's definitely gonna be some minigames in that in that patch. Match 3 thought modules in a straight. Yeah, I know how match 3 works. This is funny. When their last shred of confidence breaks, victory will be yours. Your opponent will strike back with a rebuttal after a number of rounds. Okay. Oh, so it breaks. Okay, I see. Use emotion thought modules help steady your mind and restore confidence. Ah, okay. Oh, you can just swap them like that? Oh, okay. Different types of thought modules shape the debate in different ways. Okay, interesting. Interesting twist on this thing. Match 4 or more identical thought modules to trigger a Eureka moment, enhancing the swapped module into its highlighted version. Match or eliminate that module to unleash its effect. Each Eureka moment enhanced module grants additional persuasion effects. Different module types trigger... Oh, I missed that. Types trigger different results. Okay, that's very interesting. Oh god. Intuition module. Eliminating a Eureka moment enhanced intuition module. The highlighted version shown on the left grants 1 stack of confidence boost to Hissabeth, which increases the confidence she restores from her opponent by 1. Okay, reason module, eliminating a Eureka moment, enhanced reason module. The highlighted version shown on the left reduces the enemy's confidence by an additional 10. Scattered thoughts, converts thought modules into black fog, which can be eliminated using divergent thinking. Sluggish mind freezes thought modules in place, preventing them from falling or moving. Can be thawed via matching or eliminating using lateral thinking. Emotion module. Eliminating a Eureka moment enhanced edition module. The highlighted version shown on the left recovers 10 confidence for Hissabeth. Experience module. Eliminating a Eureka moment enhances experience module. The highlighted version shown on the left reduces the cooldown of Hissabeth's longest cooldown persuasion technique by 1 round. Logical fallacy. Tiles distorted by logical fallacy become unreadable. The distortion lasts for 5 rounds before the tile returns to normal. Interesting. Your stamina is limited. Convince your opponent as quickly as you can. Well, sad that I wasn't able to do this while it was live. This seems like a fun little minigame. I do enjoy myself some match 3 stuff. There we go. Very fun little minigame, looks like. You're always so resolute, sister. The narrow tightrope ahead of us is shrouded in an inscrutable fog. Unless we walk it blind to fate, how can we know we've made the right decision?
Just give it a try.
Just give it a try. It's common knowledge, nothing bridges distance faster than talking about a mutual friend. I mean, yeah.
Dear.
Dear, I must say, you seem a much better match for Sylvie than I was. She's always found fault with my poetic turns of phrase. She suggested I was too theatrical. Can you believe that? Theatrical? Me? And immediately striking a pose after saying that. As much as I care for her, she can be so unfeeling. Wouldn't you agree? Pointer takes a moment to calculate. Uh-huh. She is well within acceptable parameters. We have had our disagreements, but I've always found Hissabeth to be straight to the point and dedicated to her work. Sometimes dangerously so.
Okay.
Okay, more's the pity. You two really are a fine match. Darling, to be honest with me, do you think there's any chance she'll say yes? What? To my invitation. Dear, it seems you have a much
Dear.
deeper insight into her mind than I ever had. Tell me, please, what do you think she'll do? The pause is longer this time. The computation's growing even more complex. Poor Pointer. Hissabeth is highly perceptive when it comes to interpreting the data on both its costs and benefits. In this, we are very alike. My analysis would suggest that that she would find any proposal on such generous terms to be enticing.
What if?
But what if it isn't her preferred field? Oh yeah, what field is it again? What was it again? Did she say it? I can't remember. Lacking any modeling to analyze this question, she offers only a very human shrug. Best way to respond back, Just shrug. Number 4, what the snake said. Uh-huh. And the snake sleeping there as well. Oh my god, what the shit is this? Uh-huh. Oh. Okay.
So,
Oh, where was this? Family meeting, Hissabeth's mind. What? A mind palace? I mean, well, they did say that they are communicating, like telepathically, kinda, all together, so that makes sense, but this is hilarious. A mind palace.
oh,
Our meeting today has been called to discuss our possible transfer. The Laplace office in Placis is offering us a role in an aerospace-related research project. Our project would be to develop teleportation discs capable of delivering supplies to spacecraft. What could be a more perfect fusion of arcanum and science? This has the potential to be exactly what we're looking for. The floor is open. Let's hear anyone's thoughts. This is a flashback to that, huh? Only a hiss from Snake 3. As usual, Seth abstains. Anyone else? I think you're overstating things. It's only tangentially related to our targeted field. But it is related. It's just like eating a fish. You've got to go bite by bite. Her unusual metaphor fails to clarify things and the topic derails. I told you those fish in the Echo Tanks verse 6 is doing... What? Uh-huh. It wasn't me, it was Seth, probably training his hunting skills again. Okay, his. Okay, so that answers the question I had earlier, if all of her siblings were female.
Okay.
All discussion of the Echo Tank incident can wait. Back on track. Monique's point is what I wanted to highlight. We'll begin with just working on transporting supplies into orbit, sure, but that's just the beginning. With time, we may be able to teleport people there too. A tail tip rises. The siblings pride themselves on being fully informed before taking sides. Sorry, I was out cold all last week. Would someone kindly tell me where Placid is?
About that.
In simple terms, it's a little north of Moscow, give or take 500 miles. That's a little? That's a lot. It's in the Arctic Circle. One gust and we're popsicles. Ice everywhere, very exciting. A vivid description, irrefutable, and for many visibly unpleasant. Hissabeth attempts to salvage Placid's image.
Be patient.
The research is all indoors in a climate-controlled office. Snake 3 is not pleased. Sounds like Zephnes isn't a fan. The Arctic Circle sounds like an adventure. What could possibly be better? Let's wrap this up. Very funny. Oh, back to this, okay. Multi-dimensional thinking, 3 rounds. The next time you reduce your opponent's confidence, it will trigger twice. Oh, this is a neat skill. Rebuttal done. Oh, waking up from your stupor. Hissabeth wakes up from her dream, neck stiff as she looks down in the scattered project notes that fell from her hand. Clearly I need some sleep. What a weird thing to dream of now. Is it? Or maybe your subconscious is reminding you it's time for another formal vote. Usually her siblings were kind enough not to intrude into her dreams. Usually. You really are a snake. Did I just say snake? Snake. Oh, sneak. Jesus, I am not reading properly. Fine. Are we going to hold another meeting? Honestly, I don't see a reason to turn her down. You mean concerning Prisma Green's proposal?
Okay.
I'll admit the project files are interesting, but it's not exactly cutting-edge research. It's focused and entirely practical refinement. I think our current Project Engineer shutdown should be added to our risk assessment. I doubt it'll be the last. Abandoning a project over a few problems isn't our way. Starlight doesn't always have to light our way, Sylvie. Sometimes we can look elsewhere. Seems like we're far from a consensus this time around. It's a position that is far from unusual for these siblings.
In fact...
Pushing for a conclusion without consensus doesn't help. Let's just unwind a little first and gather our thoughts. Maybe find something to eat. I propose we delay our decision until the next meeting. The grumbling stomachs make for a quick decision, and the motion passes unanimously. Food! Food wins! Food always wins! No? Restaurant. Town. When you work in a place with too few restaurants, you're bound to bump into familiar faces.
Speaking of which...
Oh, Miss Hissabeth, what a surprise. Considering the lack of quality restaurants in this area and our shared love of food, I'd hardly call it too surprising. Kidding, just kidding. It's all good, kiddo. You being here just means we can order more. The stewed beef looks good. Or is there something you want to try? Sure, I'd like to try the beef. If you'd like to, I mean. Then let's do that. Plus, one of these. And a couple of those cookies I like. Thank you. Absolutely, girls. All Yuri will make sure you leave full and happy. So, have you heard anything from Winsong? After what you've been through, I thought she'd have gotten you in another position real quick. She said the same, but I guess she received some sudden news. She said she had to go somewhere to lend a hand. So I'm still here for now. At least until she returns. What about you? Me? I just mean, did you decide anything yet? Here's your toasted creamfish soup. Eat up, girls. Oh, it looks delicious, Mr. Yuri. Thank you. It's all Yuri's best dish. No. I'm doing some weird accents today. Don't forget to dip the bread. The ever-striving little astronaut can't help but nod and follow out his suggestion.
It's really good.
Okay, that was voiced. that was voiced. Old Yuri walks off, satisfied with the praise. Back to this picture. From a slightly different and more pulled out angle, huh? Okay. Everything's changing so fast. It's comforting when something still tastes the same. Hissabeth glances over. Kiperina is gently stirring the soup, lost in thought. Changing soup flavors had been the least of her worries. Hey, maybe I can offer some emotional support? But I wasn't... I mean, thank you. She sees the quiet hope in the eyes looking back at her.
In fact,
all the stars we see are really billions of light years away. By the time we finally get to see it, the star it's from may... Is it just me, or is this sentence weirdly composed? By the time we finally get to see it, the star it's from many have already collapsed. Oh god, what is with the sentence? The star it's from may... Oh, the star it's from may have already collapsed. Okay, that makes more sense. But it's still there for you to see, and its light will keep on traveling forever. Oh, that's really kind of poetic. Yeah, essentially looking at the night sky, you're looking at the past. From hundreds and thousands and millions of years ago. Maybe it is. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The light in your eyes, your memory of the star, your very existence is someone else's legacy. So don't be so too sad. You'll carry them forward, just like they carried you.
I'm doing much better.
Thank you, Miss Hissabeth. I guess I'm just not used to all these changes. But I'll try my best to hold them in my memory. I know that's what they'd want. Hissabeth nods with some satisfaction, filing the moment away in her memory. Next time someone accuses her of being distant, she'll have solid evidence to the contrary. See? I can be empathetic. Good god. She turns her attention back to her soup until Kiperina's soft laughter scoops her up again.
But...
I guess I'm just surprised to hear you say all that. I remember when you told us you were allergic to poetry. Our shared consciousness means that if I am reading Chaucer and Tu is reading about general relativity, all nine of us gain a measure of both. Maxim had been holding back for a while to preserve the atmosphere Hissabeth had carefully constructed. Now it found the perfect opening to struck.
about that.
It's extremely efficient. Even Pointer is envious of our ability to analyze data so fast. Still, we have our own passions. I've never really liked literature or philosophy much, though I wasn't really being serious back then. I do like poetry, a little, in small doses. It can be an effective tool for mental training, analyzing the layers of imagery, tone, and emotion can be useful for sharing one's logical faculties. Yeah. Sylvie, do you really have to reduce it to a science? Poetry is the crowning glory of civilization.
In fact...
Didn't one of your favorite writers once say that one illiterate person could humble any writer? Something like that? Well, I can read, but... Oh, Who was it, Elliot? Or maybe Whitman? One of them, anyway. I think he'd appreciate my point of view. However Elliot or Whitman would have reacted, it's abundantly clear someone else is not pleased right now. What? What happened? Oof! Hey, why did you bite her? You know why.
It's an intruder!
Imbecile, did you forget that we all feel it? Huh? What just happened? Such sudden family conflicts are rare and usually don't turn to biting. Kiperina reactively began separating them from one another, damn! In the process, she missed the perfect moment to ask her question. Yet, a hint of curiosity lingers in her mind.
Speaking of which,
Will you accept Miss Prisma Green's invitation? I guess we'll see. Number 5, the proof in the pudding. The proof in the pudding. Funny. But yeah, very funny. This story is not at all what I was thinking of it's gonna be in the beginning. So, let's return to the topic of our last meeting. Do we join Prisma Green's new project or stick with our own? What is our current project again? Space, stars, everything Voyager 1 encountered beyond our atmosphere. So this is the new project they've been delegated to? Analyzing the Voyager 1 stuff? Have we finally finished our research proposal? No, I think it still needs work. Camille's proposal has already passed Laplace review. Nailing down a new research direction isn't easy. These things can take time. Why not check out Camille's plan first? As if struck by inspiration, Hissabeth claps her hands.
You know what?
Estelle, you're right. We should go to headquarters. Why not? Evaluate first, decide later. We've saved up enough vacation days. Oh, you too? Awesome! A field trip and a scouting mission. Maybe even maybe what? Maybe even fully expensed. I do love an expense report. Alright, let's vote. Oh. Back to the minigame. Growing up with 8 serpentine siblings has certainly sharpened your tongue. Tap to see your arsenal of persuasion techniques. Oh, now there was a pop-up to check your passive skills, or skills rather. Divergent thinking. Select a module to instantly eliminate that module and up to 8 adjacent modules. Can eliminate black fog. Fun. The opponent has turned some thought modules into black fog. These persist on the field and can fall as usual, but generally cannot be interacted with. So just basically an obstruction to the field. Your technique has finished cooling down. Use the divergent thinking technique to restore. Yeah, okay. Success! No.
Sure.
I wanted to talk to you about... Pointer pauses to re-examine her optic feedback as it becomes clear the girl holding the snake is not who she thought. Oh, I thought you were Hissabeth. Sylvie was up all night talking with Prisma Green. I suspect you won't see either of them this morning. Thanks again, sweetheart. I'll be off now. Shall I walk you out? The snake flicks its tail, declining the offer, and vanishes through the door. I was just helping Monique feed the fish. The thoughtful girl gave a very short explanation so Pointer could understand her easily. Then she couldn't help but murmur out the thoughts racing through her head.
Speaking of which,
If Miss Hissabeth really does decide to join Prisma Green, she'll probably take the Echo tank with her, won't she? It's a logical deduction. I certainly won't be feeding them in her absence. I was just thinking... Don't get too sentimental. Once you and Vinsong are back at HQ, you'll probably see her again. Though, knowing her, I doubt she'll stay there long. If... just if Miss Hissabeth decides to accept, then it will be her choice. Oh, the other shoe drops louder and sooner than anyone expected.
It does seem that.
Ah, good you're both here. I've arranged with Prisma Green to head back to Laplace HQ. Remember to feed the fish.
What would that look?
Yeah, you're on point. That's the look. Seeing her confusion is genuine, Pointer decides to answer in plain terms. We'll remember. It's more surprising that you're leaving the fish behind than that you're going to Laplace. Office Laplace branch. Hissabeth has never been troubled by packing. After all, she has 8 helpers.
Not the best choice.
Leave that, and that too. We're only going on vacation. Oh, but I haven't finished that one yet. I'm the one that needs to lug them around. 3 books, max. Sylvie, my darling sister. 5, just 5, come on, please. Is it just me, or are you starting to sound exactly like Prisma Green? Oh god. Can I come in?
No worries.
Yeah, door's open for you anytime. Thanks, I had noticed. I was hoping to talk about those shelved research plans, but I guess this isn't the best time.
About that.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that too. This place is a mess. Can you grab that folder for me? The gray one. Huh? Ah, so this is going to be our next pursuit.
Of course.
Given the context of aerospace applications, protective measures are obviously crucial. A good angle, but as a research topic, it could use more refinement. Pointer scans the document in her hand in a series of careful and precise eye movements, putting the conversation on hold.
Be patient.
Take your time, no need to rush to think up your constructive criticism. I'm sure you'll get it to me before I leave. The word leave triggers something deep in Pointer's circuitry. I hadn't predicted that you would go, just like that. Aren't you concerned about personal clashes? As I recall, Miss Prisma Green said, you had a serious argument the last time you announced your departure.
In fact...
Oh, that. I wouldn't call it an argument. I simply didn't agree to her proposal. She has a habit of blowing things out of proportion. And the success of our research here proves I made the right choice. Respectfully, I disagree. Of course, I can't deny our success here, but your decision was reckless. Luck and probability played a significant role in your success. I don't regret trying to talk you out of it, even if you got lucky. Has there ever been a scientific endeavor that didn't rely on a little luck and probability? All that I care about is that we succeeded. That's the problem. That's entirely the problem, Hissabeth. I had hoped you'd given your decision a more sober analysis during our wind down. A gentle voice slips in between the two gradually rising ones.
Speaking of which...
Ma'am? Hey, the whole crew is here. The not quite closed door creaks open again. The girl peeking in looks as if she's about to step out of a tightrope. Step on a tightrope. The door wasn't shut. Do you need any help?
No, we're fine.
Both in the same tone. No, we're fine. The synchronized nature of their reply seems to only highlight their tension. Still, their intruder doesn't press. Would you like me to close the door?
Merci.
These two are really insane. The click of the lock begins a long silence. Calculations and meditations on both sides seem destined to break. Take a look at this when you have time. Also, this literally just felt like Kiperina walked on her parents and their parents are arguing, and then parents just look at the child like, no, we're fine, we're not arguing. Go and play with your toys. A research plan proposal,
What's this?
What is this? What an interesting concept. I'm glad you've been keeping busy too. Hissabeth flips through eagerly, sparks flying between her eyes and the pages. Also, where is Voyager? This story is definitely taking place after the events of the main portion of the story, but there seems to be a very big lack of Voyager right now. Where is Voyager? Where's the wholesome one? Just this line alone could keep us talking for 3 days straight. But I'm leaving tomorrow. But it's cool. We can always exchange letters. Uh-huh. Cool. Anyway, where's Voyager? Number 6, Weightless Wasteland. Weightless Wasteland. That is... Is that a descriptor for the moon? What makes a perfect vacation? Entertainment depends on the person. A change of scenery? Not everyone craves that. Local delicacies? Oh yes, the more the better. One more raspberry panna cotta, please, and a puff pastry chicken soup with pumpkin. Look, I am starting to be very hungry right now, so please, game. I'm ever so glad to see your appetite as strong as ever, Sylvie. The food at HQ blows the rest of the branches right out of the water. Too bad most researchers here know nothing about how to enjoy a good meal. You know, I've heard they're working on making a condensed nutrition pill. What a dreadful idea, darling.
Okay.
Oh, none. I can see it being quite convenient. Just hope they remember to make it taste decent. Ugh. I mean... Convenience, yes, but ugh. Really? Pills? Ugh. Replacing whole food? Ugh, no thanks. Well, you can count me right out. I'll stick to something real. I'm tempted to order another dessert. What do you think? None for me, but please enjoy your afternoon tea. This one's on me, remember. Merci, Camille. What a fulfilling vacation. Great food and even better research. I feel amazing. So, is that it then? You really only care for a vacation? Came for a vacation? Is something wrong?
But...
It's just that you... Never mind. I'll get used to it. That experimental design you pitched last night was brilliant. You really are the perfect fit. You're joining this vacation, no matter how long it lasts, will boost our productivity tenfold. But have you decided, darling, for the sake of me, of anything, even just the puff pastry and the chefs here, won't you stay? Her earnest, heartfelt invitation pulls Hissabeth's attention back from her dessert.
In fact...
Your project is fantastic, truly. You know, I'm not one for flattery. Helping out with your work here has really given me what I needed to sort out my thoughts. The praise sets the stage, her voice softens, and with it, Prismagreen's face falls. You're about to say but, aren't you? Oh no, dear, my heart's already too cracked. How could Laplace ever handle it if I went through another heartbreak? Damn. She covers her ears as a futile protest, knowing full well that she's never once managed to stop Hissabeth from doing anything that she decided on.
Huh.
Don't be so childish, Camille. I know you're listening. I am grateful for your invitation, and I truly believe in your project's future, but it's not aligned with the direction I want to pursue. I don't accept that because I don't understand. You always say that.
In fact...
This time, I don't intend to offer any opinions or suggestions. I'm letting you know my decision. You can decide for yourself whether or not you'll understand. I know, I shouldn't pry, but I have to. Why bother? So you launch a record, or a spacecraft, or even a person into space? What's the point of it all? Dear, these stars are just too far away. That is the wrong thing to say to Elizabeth, I would say. By the time our poor little eyes witness their birth, they may have already collapsed in on themselves or faded away into nothing.
I just don't get it.
This is why we always find ourselves disagreeing, Prismagreen. You can't help but interject all this drama and poetry into matters of science. They both stopped mid-argument. Right as it was about to crescendo, two old friends, locking eyes, gripped by the unmistakable feeling of déjà vu. If something happened between us that made you want to leave, you could have just told me. I thought we were getting along swimmingly. Yep, the same situation
About
again.
that.
I'm just more interested in this new project. The fusion of Arcanum and science, aerospace frontier applications. Every part of it speaks to our goals as a researcher. It's a fringe project. It's doubtful you'll have any kind of team or secure any serious funding. Dear Sylvie, you must understand, Laplace brushing it off is a sign of in itself. Our serpentine ceramic paper is about to be published. Think of the real-world applications, darling. With your talent, we could go so far down this path together.
So what?
So what indeed? So, maybe we've got a knack for making ceramic materials, but we're more than that. It doesn't need to define us. I'm proud of what we've achieved here, but I want to pursue other goals, the things that really matter to me. I know it may seem hard to accept, but my talents and my passions don't perfectly align. When it comes down to it, we've chosen to pursue what is most important to us. But what you're chasing is a life devoted to a barren, weightless void. It may seem like the future, but there's no life in it. Nothing can survive up there, darling. Hello, Voyager. You want to introduce yourself? Anyway. It's just idle curiosity and wasted effort. Yes, but it's also like a shit ton of resources, even just in our own solar system. So it's worth. It's worth, darling. I just don't see how we can be so fixated on something that has no practical purpose. Yeah, she's a bit stuck in her own mindset, isn't she? But yeah.
In fact...
Why is curiosity not enough? Evolution preserved this instinct in us so thoroughly and powerfully that it must hold some essential meaning. Ultimately, I don't care whether you think of it as the natural drive of evolution or something as hockey as a higher calling. Hooky? No one survives forever, not in space and not on Earth, Prismagreen. But before our end arrives, we're going to live on our terms. From someone of your age, some might call that a childish act of rebellion. And from someone with your tone, someone might call that a snide personal attack. Damn. I'm sorry, Sylvie. I didn't mean to attack you, I just... Dear, these stars are just too far away. In ancient poems, I should be the one guiding you back into the fold. As your mentor, I have to insist. Your brilliance doesn't belong in devotion to dead starlight.
I only pursue what interests me.
Then if you know anything about literature, I have to insist in my part too. Rejecting the call. If you need some poetic reason, then imagine me as some dust-eating serpent yearning for the sky and, beyond it, something higher still. Damn. Where did Voyager and Voyager 1 end up? Where did the golden record go? After Earth, where else can we go? Oh, so the golden record actually happened before the story of Cosmic Overture properly began. So were those snippets of radio chatter, or rather news bits from way before the whole thing began? Then maybe the guiding star thing for Hissabeth and young Name Day might have actually been Voyager? Every one of those wares matters to me. That weightless wasteland and every star in it, they all matter to me.
And I don't need anyone else's recognition.
Well said. Flashbang. Clearly they both see in each other's eyes a shared memory. The smiles after that silence carry more than nostalgia. There's a quiet recognition that neither of them has changed. Time has moved either side an inch, and with that understanding, further debate is pointless.
So
you still think I shouldn't waste my brilliance on... Wait, I just noticed! The wrong person is highlighted who is speaking. That is a funny little whoopsie. So you still think I shouldn't waste my brilliance on that starlight? You never quite convinced me back then, darling. If not for the idealistic glow in your eyes, I might have pushed harder. I was so focused on... Because I'm looking at the text, but I'm also kind of like out of the corner looking at which model is highlighted when there are two on the screen. I thought that it's Prisma Green talking for a moment there. I had an idealistic glow? Really? Oh, don't fuss over glows. All I meant then, as I do now, is that you're always welcome here. I'll keep a desk open for you. Not gonna lie, when they told me the disc project was getting scrapped, we did take some comfort in knowing it was there. I truly never expected you to pull it off, let alone so spectacularly. Don't sugarcoat it, you still think it was a big waste of time. Call me a traditionalist, dear. Still, I hope that after that first state of glory, you'd come back down to Earth.
Okay.
Too bad then. The universe is vast. The stars are beyond counting. I'll be up there looking at them for a long time coming. See? That right there. That blinding glow you get. Very well. Looks like I'm destined to drown in another flood of resumes.
Dear.
In every version of the story, Melusine always repeats Priscina's fate. Maybe you've inherited more than just a talent for transmutation. The legendary Lusignan was built in a single night, but Melusine was never the architect. Over the years, I did try following your advice, thinking from a Melusine centrism perspective. Please allow me to interrupt. I very much want to hear your Melusine centrism literally critique.
Of course.
Of course, dear Estelle. And you too, my dear, cold-hearted little cornicon. Let me interpret the legend from Melusine's point of view. A miracle is kept by one's word. That's the true core of the story. The story theory. That's the true core of the story. I sincerely wish you the best of luck, my dear Sylvie.
Merci.
Merci, Camille. I hope the same for you. Though I'm afraid this means I won't be able to promise you an open desk any longer. With your help, this project is even more popular than ever. I've got applications piling up.
Huh.
I have to say, that was some world-class showing off. Damn. Oh, back to Mind Palace. Family meeting. As agreed, the family of snakes gathers once more to discuss their plans at the end of their vacation. Honestly, too, I've got nothing against chasing stars and the cutting edge of science, but does it have to be Plesetsk? Still, I must admit, I'm heartbroken over it. You know how much I cared for Camille. Pointer's new research proposal really convinced me. We should be able to secure a decent budget this time, right?
About that.
I actually agree with you, Maxim. The unexpected opening line quiets these snakes for a moment. Snake 3 never has any kind of proper dialogues, just... You nearly started 3 into speaking. Bien sûr. My points are always solid. But, what is it that you agree with?
You know what?
I would like to revise today's agenda. If there is no immediate launch planned, I propose we relocate the Plesetsk research project back to HQ. I mean... Sure. That would be a solution. In this encounter, your opponent has a new argument technique that freezes thought modules in place. These modules can't fall or generally be... Oh, the freezing stuff. Okay. Fortunately, you have a persuasion method that can counter this up your sleeve. Side note, matching a frozen module will unfreeze it instead of eliminating it. Ah! Oh, the thing is like a plus-shaped fire. Neat. Success! Oh. That's where the stage ends, okay. Number 7. What was that? Cognitive bias, right? Yeah, okay. Lobby, Laplace. Though a bit regretful, Estelle is still pleased with her trip. Particularly because she finally has time to discuss her favorite topic to her heart's content. Ever since humanity created literature, snakes have always been tied to curses. From the dust-eating serpent of Eden... The dust-eating serpent of Eden, to the Epic of Gilgamesh, even the Melusine legend is like that. Sometimes this terribly anthropocentric view makes me so mad I want to give up literature altogether. You really must talk to Ulrich, my sweet little pumpkin. I remember he spent his vacation in your office recently. He's one of Laplace's most outspoken anthropocentrism. Oh, saying that with that voice. Theorists. Really? Too bad I didn't get the chance to meet him. Dude was barely touching the ground those days, but more importantly, you were brewmating. Not that it's any big loss. He didn't seem like the literary type. But we might know a thing or two about fish tanks. His setup looks like... oh god. His setup looked way better than little cornicons. Just as the snakes begin to enjoy their chat, Hissabeth starts picking them up one by one, placing them back on her head.
In fact...
I will remember to write Ulrich about eco-tank material compositions. Maybe he has a recommended formula. I just find it funny that they're asking Ulrich about, like, fish tanks. Is it because of his head? Anyway. Parting brings such sorrow, my dear Sylvie. Are you really leaving again? I prepared a gift for you. A few of your favorite snacks that I know you can never find up there. Oh, and this. Actually, it's now hitting me. Is she calling her Sylvie because of Melusine or something? Anyway. My grandmother's handwritten recipe book. May you always have a healthy appetite.
Merci.
That's fantastic. Would you mind if I give it to the canteen chef? You know I don't cook much myself. As you wish, darling. My grandmother was a kind and generous woman. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. I also prepared a long poem as a farewell. Shall I recite it for you now? Oh boy.
In fact...
Oh, well, I really don't have much time, besides... You're gonna hear it regardless. Of course, darling, I know you're not a fan of lengthy texts. Don't worry, I prepared a condensed version just for you. Oh god. Hissabeth opens her mouth, but Prismagreen cuts her off with a theatrical gesture and clears her throat.
Dear.
Dear Sylvie, I must once again bid you a tearful farewell. I know that for my kind it is difficult to imagine life from the eyes of a Melusine. But as a friend, and I hope you'll allow me to say this as a mentor, I offer you all my respect and support. May your talent and vision shake Laplace once more. Parfait. I appreciate your condensing it down. It's beautiful, Camille. Her overly cheerful tone breaks the slightly melancholic farewell mood and leaves Prismagreen's carefully built-up emotions crashing down. I'm sorry, Prismagreen. No Yuri for you. The only Yuri in this story is between her and the robot. I'm sorry. What? Oh, not the part about checking Laplace. That's not important. We came up with a brilliant idea last night. You're going to love it.
About that.
Even if you don't, I still like all your respect and support. Those were your exact words just now. Yes, I did say that. Uh-huh. For some reason, Prismagreen suddenly regrets her earlier declaration. But Hissabeth is full of enthusiasm. She's certain her friend will be a huge help. Uh-huh. New office, Plasetsk. While feeding the fish in the morning, Kiperina hears from Pointer that the tank's owner has officially ended her vacation and will soon resume her feeding duties. But the girl doesn't expect the path back to her friend to be completely blocked by moving boxes. Miss Hissabeth, I just heard you've come back. Is everything going smoothly? Certainement? Certainement? Certainement. Smooth as can be. Two little snakes drag a heavy box across the floor, and the kind-hearted girl steps in to offer her help. I used to carry props around all the time when I was with the circus.
Merci.
Thanks so much, Alia. Moving is a big operation. Those samples and materials all need to be packed properly. If only we could move house using the teleport disc. Maybe one day. You think we could spin that into a new funding pitch? Proposal? How about the coffer? Or the suitcase? That is a moving house. If I understand you correctly, then what you're talking about was in fact our original purpose. It seems her colleague is more than happy to snuff out Hissabeth's spark of hope from the moment she walks in.
Speaking of which,
So then you're heading back to the LSCC HQ, Miss Hissabeth? That's one way to put it. Don't touch that, Maxim. That one needs special containment. No need to shout, you'll startle the others. Pointer watches the busy scene unfolding in the room and calculates the obvious conclusion. Looks like I'm not really needed here.
that's it.
In that case, I'll head back and get on with my own work. Oh, of course. I've got this all handled. Kiperina can't help but join in the moving operation. Handled or not. Oh? Someone running?
Please wait.
Wait, Miss Pointer! The girl catches up, still clutching a box she hadn't had time to put down. Yes? Aren't you going to do something? Like, maybe try to keep her here? You mean Hissabeth? Why would I? I just thought you two would keep working together. There's still so much unfinished work to do before the project reaches space again. There is. But Prisma Green's project is also excellent. Laplace doesn't give out top ratings lightly. Then what do you plan to do? Like with the boxes before, Kiperina feels compelled to help, even if she isn't quite sure how. Me? I intend to keep progressing our research and refining this proposal. Scanning the girl's expression, Pointer eventually comes to a more human understanding. You don't have to worry about me, Alia. I was working on this project alone long before Hissabeth came. I predict that things will slow down without her assistance, but I'm certain we will still be able to correspond from time to time.
Are you sure?
Are you sure you're not gonna be missing her? Within tolerance. But the point is... Pointer brushes back her hair. The mechanical structure hums in precise motion, orderly, self-contained. No one can change her mind. If that's what she wants to do, she'll do it. True. She's very headstrong. Stage 8, final one. Au revoir, cher ami. Pointer sits at her desk, going around about her work as usual.
Hello?
Yes, hi. Come in. Hissabeth surveys the room, an unreadable flicker of dissatisfaction in her gaze, leaving Pointer a bit puzzled. You haven't started, have you? What? I have no idea what that word is. The cord? Probably not. Fine, once I finish things up on my end, we'll help you pack too.
So?
But for now, come take a look at this. What? You've made a lot of revisions. That is a happy Pointer. That is a happy as can be Pointer right now.
In fact...
Even though you never wrote back to discuss, I filled in the gaps, including the materials I showed you earlier. This... that happy expression, damn. This low temp material testing angle, was this inspired by Prisma Green? This has the potential to dramatically improve our project's outcomes. Looks good, right? The Laplace review panel thinks so too. Thank you, researcher Hissabeth. Don't worry, I'll make sure to list you as a corresponding author when we submit. Getting the proposal updated was a pleasant surprise. Pointer smiles contentedly as she imagines yet another well-received paper. Yet somehow her colleague doesn't seem pleased. No?
The corresponding author?
Oh god.
Why?
Several small snakes peek out from her hair. Pointer has seen it before, a sign of great emotional disturbance. Well, it's going to be my project after all, since you're about to transfer to Laplace HQ and join another team.
I just don't get it.
Another team? There is no other team. This is my project, our project, the one I'm about to start working on. Her serpentine siblings flicked their tongues, eager to join in before Hissabeth at least realizes the crucial piece of missing context. You don't know? Incroyable? Okay, I know it's supposed to be in French. Isn't French inconceivable? Inconceivable? Something like that. Anyway, I thought they already informed you. I haven't received any information at all, so go ahead, I guess. The siblings all seem to collectively relax, falling down limply as Hissabeth smiles.
About that.
After I completed our proposal, I submitted it to HQ as a brand new project. It passed the review. What is it that you think I'm packing? Our proposal? Correct. You're listed as my co-op applicant. Pointer's eyes shift as she takes in piece by piece the information that Hissabeth is relaying. We've even got a collaboration invite from Prisma Green's team. Secured additional funding for joint development. It all came in within our main budget. So you're packing because I requested an office at HQ. We'll need to work there for a while to get the joint budget. They've got all the equipment there that we could ever need but could never get all the way up here. You make an excellent argument. Aside from the part where I somehow knew none of this.
No worries.
Chill, Pointer. Knowing now is good enough. Hissabeth waves her off breezily. Pointer doesn't move, doesn't speak, doesn't blink. After 10 seconds of sustained eye contact, Hissabeth adjusts her tone. Pointer's matrix just tilted out. Good God, Hissabeth.
Okay.
Alright. I admit it was a little irresponsible. I just thought the HQ notice would reach you before I did. I believe they likely assumed you already told me. You know, because it would be crazy not to. She has a point, especially because she listed Pointer as her co-author. But then there'd be no surprise. Maybe the paper notice is still on its way, or we're stuck in some admin's typewriter. They usually bond over the shared complaints about Laplace bureaucracy. It's a good topic to eliminate awkward atmospheres. Yes.
So?
Anyway, co-first author in my bottom line, so, you're coming, right? I even applied for your budget, your stipend, your office, and your lab. If you say no now... Well then, what else can I say? I'm in. No more discussion is needed. They shift immediately into planning the relocation. Smooth and effective as always. More importantly, are you taking your adopted daughter with you, Kiperina? Mom 1 and Mom 2. Their celebration dinner is smaller than intended, but no less high-spirited. Name day is off on a mission, Winsong hasn't returned, and Zhang left a note saying he's off doing side work, and Voyager's reassignment to the HQ team just got extended again. Ah. Glad you're still here, Alia. Otherwise it'd just be us two eating by ourselves. That'd be us 9 and Pointer, wouldn't it? It's an honor, ma'am. The girl lifts her glass of juice with great sincerity and clinks glasses with each of them. We first met here too, didn't we? I think we even ordered the same dishes. That's what happens when so much has happened. Time feels fast and slow all at once. True.
Maybe.
So then, this will be the last time we eat together here? She glances around the still only familiar restaurant. Despite her tone, she knows it isn't a question. If our research ever makes it to the flight launch phase, we'll be back. The boss works with a lot of launch centers, but Prisma Green really likes it here. She says the snowfields and auras feel poetic.
About that,
Considering how closely our teams are collaborating, she might find an excuse to drag us back here. I have no objections. Same here. Oh, almost forgot. I should be offering Alia some emotional support now. Let me think. She grows serious, making an exaggerated effort to engage the unused synapses of her shared mind as the snakes whisper their suggestions. Emotional support? Is this part of some new research project?
in fact,
Prisma Green said I'm terrible at giving emotional support to my colleagues, but I like to think I'm doing a decent job. Oops. Right, Alia? Kiperina smiles as best as she can. She hates to let others down, so she gives a stellar performance. Oh no, child. Just tell her she's bad at it. Please. Oh, you're too wholesome. Thank you, Miss Hissabeth. Really, I'm fine. I don't need any special comfort or encouragement. Miss, no. But I need more success cases. You know what they say. Only samples over 30 are statistically significant. I don't know what happened last time, and I don't want to, but I suggest you stop now.
That's it.
Maybe Prisma Green was right, but you don't need to improve this part. Just accept it as personal trait. There's no need to torture Alia over it. Hissabeth looks unconvinced, yet to head off the inevitable argument. Pointer raises her glass, shifting the mood back to a well-timed toast. Let's raise a glass. To celebrate our project approval and our next reunion.
To the end of the storm.
and to the stars.
And this is where it's gonna end, right? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, what's this? Okay, I cannot read that, but a special stage? Is it? Oh. Whether it's job, prospects, thesis topics, or fish tank upkeep, a meticulous little snake records every word without fail. And of course, it is more than happy to share the meeting minutes with you. The first official meeting took place when Hissabeth was just 4. The topic was, at what hour should we standardize our bedtime? Uh-huh. With each round of meetings, the arguments grow more intense and it becomes harder to win over your opponent. You can equip up to 3 persuasion techniques per debate. After every 5 debates, you get a chance to swap them out. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna guess this is gonna be just like an endless mode to the whole thing, is it? Okay, yeah, this seems to be like an endless mode to the whole thing. Okay, interesting. Alright, that was the entire story for Hissabeth. That was interesting. Definitely more adding to her personality, how she does stuff with her siblings and stuff like that. I do wonder what this new project is that they're talking about, though. I guess we might see it in the future at some point, at any given point. But yeah, that was about that. It was fun. It wasn't like the craziest, honestly, story so far, but I do like though that the story definitely did show that Hissabeth has found like a group of people that she enjoys working with Pointer and Kiperina, of course, and that she's kind of attached to them, and is kind of showing that in her own kind of way, and that I guess she never really felt that same attachment to Prisma Green in the past. I mean, she didn't even really remember her name when it comes to that, but yeah, very interesting. I would say that is kind of like the biggest point of this, of her story, to show that despite the fact that how she is as a person, she definitely found like people she's attached to, and she wants to keep them around. A bit sad for Kiperina though that they are leaving the poor girl behind for a, even if it's gonna be just for a brief while, that they are leaving her behind. Also, come on. No Voyager in the whole story? Come on! Really? I don't know. Next time we'll probably... next time we're gonna be doing the Kiperina story, so maybe Voyager will appear again in that one. Considering the bond they share between each other. But yeah, we'll see. Very interesting as well that she's apparently somewhere with some Laplace HQ team doing some stuff. We'll see. That probably has another another story, another meaning to it, or something that I don't know about yet. But we'll see. But yeah, overall, story was okay. Mostly like a character trait story than anything else. Prisma Green was fun. really a theatrical person. But yeah. This is then where we're gonna wrap it up, and like I said, next time we're gonna dive into the Kiperina story and see what that one is about. But until then, hopefully you enjoyed this part. I know these are always a bit awkward to do because of doing it through a YouTube video and stuff like that, but hopefully they're still enjoyable to watch and listen to. And yeah. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, it would help out a lot. Leave a like as well to the playlist videos and stuff that I'll be linking from from the Storyteller channel as well, that I've been using the videos from, so would be appreciated, of course, to share love, so thank you very much in advance. And yeah, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. No video will be behind a membership, purely there for support, and thank you very much to all the members already doing so. Much appreciated. And yeah, hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next part. Until then, bye-bye.